how did that all come together for you guys? And how did you kind of come up with your brand?
Well, it was definitely a long road to get where we are today. I think we had a vision, we had an idea. Um, I think the one thing is that we stumbled across what we thought was a missing gap or a void in the industry, which is kind of exactly what you just said. You know, we ourselves were very passionate about the science of what we did. We knew others who felt the same way. We saw people in more of a less scientific pop culture fitness kind of realm having great success. And we really wanted to build a bridge between those two things because we thought that one, the industry needed it. And I think two, we thought, or at least we think we thought in hindsight, that that would build a sustainable model that didn't suffer some of the same um, problems that the industry otherwise did, such as how do you make yourself recession proof, how do you make yourself age proof, et cetera, et
So
cetera.
personally, my personal journey into from before starting PHP had a huge effect on why I think this path was the path to go, and the business was a model that represented my philosophy and what I wanted in a business. Because, you know, trying to figure out what you want to be when you grow older is not the easiest thing to do, right? So after leaving college, I jumped into personal training in Chicago at a big box gym and trained everyone like I was used to training myself as an athlete and the athletes that I worked with in college. And when you go from training collegiate level athletes to general population, you learn really, really quick that they don't respond the same way. I mean, people were passing out, people were handling it really bad. And I realized that I was doing something wrong. Luckily, I had some mentors and some good people around me that said, hey, why don't you go to this course, check out this education. And I fell in love with the education aspect of it and realized that I can train people, every single person, way differently and find some really great programs to put them through and more individualized training. So going through that whole journey, I want that for other trainers. I wanted that even more for myself. I wanted to be that mentor. I wanted to be that person that opened people's eyes up to different aspects of fitness and health, and then bring all those different experiences to clients as well.
You know, I think one of the interesting parts about what Michelle said is that her and I, we came at the same problem and the same vision very quickly, and we came at it from almost diametrically opposed paths. You know, my first degree was in kinesiology, so obviously I was into exercise. I was a college athlete, and I got into bodybuilding. But you know, trying to be forward thinking, I went to occupational therapy school, and I started my professional career as a therapist because I thought, well, that's a secure job, I'll get good benefits, et cetera, and it's exercise adjacent, right? So it didn't really occur to me that there's, you know, much of an exercise profession out there, and there wasn't the way that Michelle and I have created it or tried to define it. But I came. One of the reasons that I left the therapy world was my undergrad in kinesiology made it painfully obvious to me ways that I could help my patients that weren't covered under Medicare or Medicaid, or that you couldn't bill for, or they wouldn't give you enough time with them to, even if you could get exercise covered by insurance in your therapy billing, you didn't have enough time to get the adaptations that you were looking for. And then pretty quickly I realized, well, I have this exercise thing that I know and do, and I'm doing this therapy thing. And because of how I came through it, in my mind early on, those were very separate things. And I began to realize that they were kind of the same thing. So Michelle and I saw the same issue, and we came at it from, ironically, two different diametrically opposed approaches. And I think that that was the lottery ticket that we stumbled across by finding one another.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share with a friend. If you are an entrepreneur and want to share your story and be helpful to others, just shoot us an email at behelpfulpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time.